Hey guys, Sensor here, and in this video I wanted to talk about the Survivalist specialization in Division 2. Now I'm going to go over just a little bit about what the abilities are, like the traits in the tree, and the order that I would recommend going in first. So, um, first thing is, well, let me go over the specialization weapon real quick. So the specialization weapon for Survivalist is a crossbow, and it has explosive bolts. Now, with these bolts will detonate after a brief time. You can also stick people with them, and it'll actually cause them to bleed afterwards if they get hit by it. And it's pretty decent damage. It's not as good of an AoE as a grenade launcher, but it's still a pretty decent AoE, especially if you can stick somebody with it. But it's a pretty strong weapon, and it's good for applying status effects because this specialization is all about status effects. As you can see here, when you can get your specialization ammo when you kill enemies that are under status effects. Then they may drop crossbow bolts. So, which tree you go to first will which branch will kind of depend on your goal. If you want more of the healing and defense up front, then I would go with the top tree. If you want a little bit more of the attack first, then I would go with the bottom and weapon um, branches. So the first thing I would get though is definitely the grenade. The incendiary grenade is really good, and it burns people. Burn is a really good status effect because they're sitting there, they're kind of stunned, and they come out of cover when they're burned. So you have plenty of time to do damage. Plus, if they're burning and you kill them, then you can have a chance to get crossbow bolts. So that's always good. Um, then the next one, if you go with the healing part, would be the triage specialist. Now, at the beginning, I would probably just get one in there. Uh, there's there's a visual glitch. I'm not sure if it's an actual bug or not, but the first rank is 5% increased outgoing healing. Then the second rank that it shows will also be, it'll still say 5%, but then the third one will say 15%. So just to be safe, I would probably just save the points until you can get both. But regardless, I would only get one at the beginning. That'll unlock the top two perks: elite defense and distributed repair. So elite defense just gives you more defense, protection from elites. So that's a little bit of survivability because it's a survivalist. And then the other one lets you whenever you use an armor kit, it'll repair over 5 seconds instead of instantly. But then all group members within 10 meters will also be healed. So that's great if you're trying to be the healer. You get the extra healing, you get protection from elites for yourself, and then you can also help heal um, teammates with not just your abilities but with your armor kits, and that goes really well with certain um, armor talents that I'll go over in a minute. Now the Mender Drone is good. The Mender Mine Seeker Mine, I mean not drone. The Mender Seeker Mine is good, but I just prefer, if I'm going to be healing, I just prefer the Chem Launcher because it's just more versatile. You have multiple charges. It heals pretty well and it has a short cooldown. The Mender is good, um, but it's just that once it runs out, then you have a cooldown. Now the cooldown's not that bad, but still, you can get this if you want to try it out. It's not a bad skill by any means, but I just prefer to use the Chem Launcher with especially once you get the increased healing, and then once you have healing talents on your armor, I think that's enough. Um, for the attacking, or if you already got the healing, those top two abilities. And again, for the protection at the start while you're trying to get points. Now, if you have a lot of points, then I would just go ahead and max these top out. But if not, just get one in triage, one in elite defense, unlock distributor repair, then move on. First thing you want to get after that is definitely Survivalist Tactical Link, because it'll cause your group members to do 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects. So again, you're taking down enemies quicker and more chance of killing them while they have a status effect on them to get your crossbow bolts. Then after that, it kind of depends. If you find yourself running out of ammo, scraping by is really good because it'll let you get ammo back. 5 ammo per second for your current weapon, the one that you have out, while you're performing cover to cover in combat. So that's a kind of, if you start losing ammo, you're in the middle of combat, you can't get anything. Just use cover to cover simply to get your ammo back. So that's a pretty decent perk for running out of ammo. I did find that I was running out of ammo a lot when I was using assault rifles, so you might want that. And then the other one just lowers the cooldown of your ability. So you gain 10% cooldown reduction while you're in cover. So again, if you find that you need to get your abilities back faster, then get that. Otherwise, I would save these two for later. They're still useful, but if you don't think you need those right now, just get the tack link and then move on. The other ability is one of your weapon abilities, or both. I personally don't really use shotguns, but Survivalist gets um, assault rifle and shotgun damage. So I went with the assault rifle. I think assault rifles are really good, especially with the right one, the right talents and mods. So the extra 15% assault rifle damage is great. Now they do have their own magazine, but I'll show the magazine in a second or in a minute, but I don't think this magazine's that good. And then of course if you want to do the gunslinger route, you can get the pistol and then the gunslinger tier for sidearm damage. Yeah, but after that, I would, if you do want to do both assault rifle and shotgun, I would, just like I said in my demolitionist video, I would pick one at first, then get your other perks. So get, if you want to focus more on damage, get all the assault rifle perks. If not, get like one and then go to max out your other perks that you didn't. So max out your outgoing healing, max out your elite defense, protection from elites, and then if you didn't already, get those other two scraping by and crunch time perks. And also, if you do pick the Mender Drone, if you don't, basically these other bonuses, they're mods that you put in. So those are nice, but even if you have a lot of skill power, I wouldn't worry about those, at least not at first. If you're going to use the Mender Mine, just get the Mender Mine. Don't worry about those other two until you've gotten your other skills. Then you can get those mods. But they require over 1,000 something skill power, which isn't that hard, but I just would save your points. And then, of course, I honestly would end with the signature weapon and ammo supply. You can kind of get the signature weapon a little bit earlier. Again, if you want to focus more towards damage than the healing aspect, get the tack link, get the assault rifle damage or shotgun damage, and then the signature weapon. Because the signature weapon does do pretty decent damage, especially if you can stick them. It's pretty nice. Now that's all for the tree, but I wanted to go over a few things that can help out this survivalist as well. So assault rifles, of course, if you're using the assault rifle thing, is really nice. I actually have one that has ignited on, so it does 20% weapon damage. Extra weapon damage to burning enemies. So that's just an extra 20%, and there can be a lot of burning enemies because of the incendiary grenades that you have. I also have rooted, which is pretty decent with this tree as well, because while you're in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. So it makes you even better healer, especially if you're using the Chem Launcher, because the Chem Launcher doesn't, heal to full health by default. And then that can only occur once every 25 seconds. Now I don't have any, as you can see, I don't have any actual multiple pieces of any set because I was just going for the talents and stuff and attributes. I got my skill power to 4,000 just so I could use some of the mods. The Chem Launcher, as you can see, is the healing one that I use. Ammo and percentage heal. It's just a low skill requirement because I can't actually equip the other ones. So you see the other ones I have, they require ridiculous amounts of skill power that I don't think is even possible to get. I still think they need to look at that, but Anyway, that's the only thing that I can get currently. Um, and I use the incinerator turret as my other ability instead of, like another heal or revive, because it's just another way to get fire on, another way to get status effects, and again, that'll get you crossbow bolts, and then I also have that, ignited talent. So I think the incinerator turret is good. But back to the armor. In terms of actual skill, brand sets for your class, I would get the Fenris group if you're using assault rifle damage, which I think you should, because assault rifles are really good. And what else? There was one more. Oh yeah, the Providence defense for skill power. Because that'll help you get your skill power up, do more healing, and you know, be able to actually equip higher level mods. And then the other ones I just have, like this one, I didn't really have anything good except for the Wicked talent. Wicked's a good one to have because you do more weapon damage to status affected enemies. So that's really good synergy with this specialization. Efficient's a really good one to have because it'll give you a 50% chance not to consume an armor kit. So that's really, really good if you have that, armor kit talent. So then you can try healing your team more often with armor kits, and you have a better chance of having a lot of them because you may not use it up. So that's really nice. Um, I think that's it. I just went with skill power. Get some extra skill power attributes, skill duration, stuff like that. And then, oh yeah, I wanted to show the magazine. So first of all, the class magazine you unlock is 20% optimal range and then lower reload speed. I don't think that's a good mod at all. And it's just a waste of points in my opinion. Especially because I love the light extended mag. I don't have all the mods unlocked, but for an assault rifle, I think it's really good idea to get a mag like this because most assault rifles are about 30, rounds. So, that doubles your magazine, and it's really good when you have that many shots as an assault rifle. And assault rifles can hit pretty hard too, especially with all these bonuses. So yeah, I think that's probably the way to go with if you want to do assault rifles. But that's all I have for the video. Just wanted to go over a little bit of the specialization, give a recommended order so you don't waste points, but I mean, you can always respec too, so you can kind of, experiment yourself, but I just found this route to be, and this setup to be the best for me. But if you like the video, please give a like and subscribe for future videos and hit the bell notification so you actually be notified whenever I post a new video. And as always, thanks for watching.